Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to Valorant News, and with all the North American Challengers qualifier drama of the last several days, some people have turned their attention to the actual main group stage event of Challengers, where TenZ is going to still be playing from Los Angeles, and the internet disadvantages that may entail. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Tell this channel reach new people, and please do subscribe as well if you haven't yet already. Loads of new subs the last couple of days, really appreciate it. Onwards and upwards continuing for sure. Firstly, this one Bodorky talks about the Heretics roster, that VALORANT is going to be gone from the Heretics roster and Poppy Fresh is going to come in instead, so they're seriously making some changes it seems, but it's of course understandable given that they were one of the teams not to even make it close, frankly, I'm pretty sure, to getting out of the European Challengers qualifier. So, maybe other teams of big names will find themselves in a similar boat as we've already seen in the number one, with TSM of course being one example. We didn't perform, but we have to take things more seriously. We looked at this yesterday, right, the fact that it seems surprising to me that TSM, after the lack of success they saw last year, this year as well so far hasn't been pretty with their 2022 roster, and of course ShahZaM saying yesterday that let's just see what 2023 brings for these guys, because this is already chalked. But that's the thing, like, it seems okay, need to take things more serious. Like, why would you not be doing that already? I think a lot of people would be saying, like, I'm thinking that you might just run through this tournament without an issue, and of course that isn't really how it worked out. This of course from Wardell, for example. This was noticed before they played up against a crew. They lost 2-0 very comfortably, frankly, 13-9, I'm pretty sure, on both of the maps. He said this before they came in a Discord chat: it's all good, bro, we ain't played anyone good, let me know, whatever the case might be. But of course that didn't work out. They lose the series, they go on to go out of the qualifier, and as a result they'll have to fight through their way next time in the open qualifier, which is going to be far from easy with some of the teams in this. They certainly need to turn things around very quickly, and this is just another example really of that, and what people have been discussing the last few days, that Flex Inja kind of subs in for NRG, but NRG, there was a tournament going on yesterday, an NSG tourney, and right after the North American qualifier concludes, and straight away a lot of these guys are back playing in it, right, which is really good to see from the likes of NRG, for example, other organizations as well, even organizations like Version 1 that qualified for the North American qualifier. They're straight away the next day or so into another tournament to get some better practice, to get some more reps in, whereas other teams, the likes of TSM, not seen anywhere in these tourneys, as Version 1 says, nice little 13-4 in Haven. So this team that just qualified, right, for the Challengers event, like, they of course still want to get some more practice in these online tournaments, and they're, playing in the NSGs. They win this one 13-4, and you can see right here, these are some of the teams playing. So Version 1 is certainly here, NRG as well, with the substitute that they just mentioned, they're playing in this one, Ghost Gaming as well. So, a lot of teams, BBG, Andbox, Saw, like a Sonics, for example, they're all in here, and, TSM Complexity here as well. And TSM, despite all their struggles at this last weekend, I'm not sure how, close to this you can actually have signed up, but maybe TSM thought, okay, we're going to qualify very easily, right, for the actual Challengers main event, therefore let's not worry about entering this tourney, e.g. here as well. Like, didn't really work out like that. They could have probably done with some of the practice in this tournament ahead of, February the 3rd, in a couple of days' time, when the second qualifier does officially kick off. Let's dive into this then, right, because of course the North American qualifier, which is coming up in a couple of days, like, as Hayes says, the only team I feel to qualify 100% out of the next tourney is a crew. Beyond that, it's the Wild Rest. So he reckons they're like, look, no teams are safe, maybe a crew is the most likely actually to qualify for Challengers. That'd be a pretty cool story to see, but still, TSM, he doesn't reckon necessarily too close to making it happen. There's also from Vanity on the Cloud9 side. I think LG looked the best apart from a crew until the rounds broke down. So yes, LG were looking really good. Then they they fell shy to TSM pretty spectacularly, right? They lost the last map 16-14, right? Wardell clutched a nice little 1v2 with the operator. So maybe LG and a crew could kind of be some of the hot favorites to make it out of the brackets, but it's not going to be an easy one, right? So let's actually dive into, after this goes through, of course, February the 7th, sorry, it's actually 4th through the 7th for open qualifier number 2. After that concludes, then of course, the group stage begins on the 11th with the 12 teams. So of course, 4 teams already came through from their performances from Champions, then the 4 teams qualify from the open qualifier 1, the Guard, Exit, NRG, and Version 1, and then 4 more teams will qualify in a few days' time on February the 7th, as we just indeed saw. And these teams will play online in their first, group play matches between February the 11th and March 28th, and then the main event will happen where someone will win, and the 2 teams that will come first and second in the grand finals of the main event will of course qualify through to the Masters. So lots of stuff on the line here, but still there's a lot of online qualification matches on the way to even get to the main event. And that's what there was a big discussion on last night, because TenZ, of course, is over in Los Angeles right now. He had decided to move out there, of course, to be with his girlfriend and all this type of stuff as well. And again, maybe that's where he wants to live and work and all this type of good stuff. But still, the fact of the matter is, playing these online games is not ideal generally from LA. The way the servers are, they're not ideal from playing from California. Therefore, TenZ is going to be in an internet disadvantage in these online matches. And is that going going to cost Sentinels, right? It seems like their scrim sets haven't really been happening at all lately because people have still been moving. There's been some issues going on. Sentinels don't seem to be particularly ready for the start of the season, and this issue kind of compounded on top of it. Like, well, this is what TenZ has to say.
In BCT next week, will you play with the same spectrum ping or upgrade next week? I'll be on the same ping. I'll be on, because people don't play Texas on us. I'll probably be on Chicago server, so I'll have like 55, 56, like that.
Are you again, or this all out?
And then everyone else will have either 5 ping or 20 ping. Sad champ.
So TenZ seems pretty frustrated that he's going to be playing on like 50, 55, 60 ping, and then there's well, a lot of guys that are going to be playing on 5, 10, 20 ping or whatever, like that are located much closer to the server. At the end of the day, if you really felt like that was that much of a big deal and it was going to have a huge impact on your performance and your team's performance, then yeah, maybe it makes more sense to move to one of those regions, right? So maybe TenZ doesn't think it's going to have a huge impact, and yeah, maybe well, of course, the way he says it, he kind of thinks it will, and he's kind of disappointed that you know, he's going to be at that disadvantage. But at the same time, I guess it's of his own doing to some degree. So you can look at it from that angle. But Ye reckons that actually this kind of a whole discussion about you know, being at this serious disadvantage that TenZ was kind of implying that he might be at, like you know, he actually doesn't reckon it's a big deal at all. So as Ye says, unpopular opinion. And in fairness to Ye, this actually is, I believe, an unpopular opinion, right? At least among a lot of pro players, because usually when you see people put an unpopular opinion out there, it's usually just a popular opinion kind of disguised as something else. But still, as he says, unpopular opinion, ping is overrated. There's very little advantage between 10 and 40. So he reckons like anything in that kind of ballpark, it's basically all the same thing. Now, you know, some people certainly disagrees. We'll see, for example, this from Eccles, right, from 100 Thieves sides. They're going to be one of these teams, and Envy as well, which is Ye's team, are going to be playing in these online matches. And yeah, he's kind of maybe looking at what TenZ is saying and saying, okay, is there really much all that much truth to this? People overthink it way too much, in my opinion. Just play the game and don't scapegoat the ping. He basically says, like, look, don't worry about the ping. Maybe Eccles is even looking at TenZ and he was saying, okay, I'm going to be on 55, 56 ping or whatever, and I'm kind of making the excuses ready to go in advance. And Eccles is like, you know, don't scapegoat the ping, just play your own game. Gambit plays on 50 to 60 plus versus 10 and wins tourneys in EMEA, says yeah. So he doesn't reckon really at the end of the day this should be too much of a big deal. Of course, it does make some difference, especially against you know, maybe a Jet or, you know, however. I'm pretty sure like you know, Roy actually says this in a second here. You don't find a noticeable difference when playing against agents like Chamber or Jet. In certain cases, it could be difficult. I feel like the Dephh is obvious on those agents. Not really, to be honest, says yay. The only noticeable difference I've seen is when you play on LAN. There's definitely a different feeling there when you're playing on 0 ping compared to any ping at all. But playing with or against high or low ping people generally feel the same to Ye. So very interesting, to be honest, what he had to say here. And I guess we'll see how this works out for the Sentinels guys this year. I guess not ideal, but as Ye saying, look, 50 to 60 ping, not a big deal for Gambit, therefore it shouldn't be a big deal for TenZ, right, to perform in some of these online games. And just to finish out with this as well, that Ye mentions also, and this clip from Refract I thought was interesting. So there's a chamber glitch going around right now where like his gun will just appear around the corner, way in front of where he actually is. So you can see right here on Ascent, like his gun just flies around the corner and keeps moving around because the guy's like somewhere back here, like he's not being able to be seen. But it just kind of, I don't know, there's clearly a glitch here that shows where someone is. So this obviously needs to be fixed, or I imagine Chamber won't see all that much usage. But very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit on the like button. Tell us the YouTube gods this is a good video. I'd just like you should see it as well. And I've grown the competitive Valorant community. Thank you much as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
They wouldn't lie about that, surely, Dust.
No, surely not. I mean, I guess it's possible. Like, they could just be playing in a LAN center, then they leave, they go live not in a home because they're homeless. I don't know. Like, we don't know for sure. That's all I'm saying. But if I had to hedge my bets, I'm guessing they're not.
I'm guessing it's for comedic effect, and hopefully that is the case. Although, obviously, coming into this
I do something
game...
else for you for comedic effect. You ready?
Yeah, go on.
Just trying to eat some swords. Just trying to eat some swords, mate. Someone clip that. Someone clip that, please. It's gotta be clipped.
Mate, out of all the things you